We at Country and Western Dancing USA would like to thank and congratulate you for purchasing this instructional video. This volume, entitled Two-Step Techniques, will apply the finer points of execution to your knowledge of basics and patterns already learned on our previous videos. If studied carefully, this video will help you to master the styling and execution techniques that will elevate your dance floor appearance to the competitive and professional level. Your instructor is Mary Hoedeman. Mary is a master instructor and grand champion known throughout the United States. Her many years of experience have enabled her to develop teaching techniques and methods that are both fun and easy to grasp. And now, before we get started, let's enjoy the next few minutes watching Mary and her partner Alan Gaskell dance the Texas Two-Step.
Drifting in the twilight, like my soul, it always knows it's bringing on another lonely night. Some girls never understand, and they paid me back in kind. Others got that cheating heart, never seemed to mind. Those bright blue eyes in San Antonio, know I'm off El Paso, drifting in the twilight to play the fool on another lonely night. Blue Texas skies not as blue as my soul. You chased me out of San Antonio with a heart of gold that turned to stone. Blue Texas skies drifting in the twilight, like my soul, it always knows it's bringing on another lonely night.
Hi, I'm Mary Hoedeman with Country and Western Dancing USA. In this tape, the two-step technique tape, we're going to be covering all the things that you need to know about two-step and more. We're going to be covering things as far as precision footwork, handwork, shoulders, head, fingers, arms, and elbows. The best way to use this tape is to pick out only one thing that you know you need to work on and practice that for about a week, then go back and review the tape and pick up your next thing and practice that. Only one thing at a time. Remember, the best dancers on the floor are the ones with the greatest technique, not necessarily the most moves. Okay, we're going to start out with the 5 basic foot positions. In using your basic foot positions, they'll be best used for troubleshooting. Like when you're having trouble with a specific move, if you'll look down at your feet and find that they're not in one of these positions, that's where you'll need to correct it. So the first foot position starts with your feet together. And you don't want to actually pinch your feet all the way together. That'll cause you to fall off balance. The foot positions all have to do with balancing your body weight over your feet. So just slightly apart, that's foot position number 1. Foot position number 2 is a side step, which is about shoulder width apart. Foot position number 3 is a heel to an instep. It's where the heel fits right into the curvature of the instep there, with both toes pointing forward. And it could also be in the backwards position. Foot position number 4 is your walking steps, where you go straight forward and straight backwards. The main thing you want to remember here is that the legs almost brush. They go straight forward and straight back. Be real careful not to have space between your legs when you take your steps. And the 5th foot position is toe to heel. Just slightly behind, toe to heel, and that'll be used mainly in your East Coast swing for your rock step. Timing is very important in your dancing. Not only in your basic step, it becomes very important as we move into your spins and the more intricate patterns that you do in the two-step. When you take your first step forward, remember that a slow means that you have 2 beats of music, and a quick means 1 beat of music. That's dance lingo, not necessarily the size of the step. So as you step into your first slow, you're going to hold that 2 beats. Slow, pause, quick, quick, being 1 beat each. Or going backwards, slow and quick, quick. So if you start on your quick, quick, make sure it's 1 beat, 1 beat, 2 beats, 2 beats, or going backwards, 1 beat, 1 beat, 2 beats, 2 beats. On your foot placement, you want to make sure that you're not scuffing your feet across the floor and not lifting your feet off the floor. You can actually make the foot brush the floor. So as you go into your steps, you want to just keep the feet lined up right underneath your body and lift from the knee and walk straight out. Slow, slow, quick, quick. So you're actually lifting through the knee and stepping straight forward. Slow, slow, quick, quick. Make sure you're not scuffing your steps and sliding across the floor, and also make sure that you're not doing the other way, which is lifting your feet off the floor. When you're dancing this with music, now let's put in your footwork along with your timing, and we'll turn the music up and try it. The best way to get started when you're dancing is to count 4 downbeats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slow and quick, quick. 1 and 2 and slow and quick, quick. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next section is covering posture and dance hold. Posture is very important because it's how you're centering your body weight over your feet. So what we all want to do is take our shoulders. Our normal walking posture is a little more slouched and comfortable. You want to take your shoulders, roll them up, back, and set them down. This is lifting your diaphragm, which is right underneath your rib cage, lifting the diaphragm up and out, which will cause a little arch in your back, and it pulls your body weight over the front of your feet, which takes the weight off the heels. You don't want to be settled down backwards into your heels. You want to pull everything forward over the front of your feet. So that's real important every time you walk on the floor to take your dancer's posture. For your dance hold, men, you want to reach just underneath the lady's shoulder blade with your thumb. So reach back there, feel where her shoulder blade is, put your thumb underneath it, and then lay your hand down flat on her back. Ladies, you want to place your left hand on the inside of his shoulder, so it's facing the front of him, not over the top or behind. You don't want to hang on him. The elbow will fit on the outside of the man's elbow, so we're creating a nice rounded look here on this side. Let's give you another shot of that, like that. As far as the left hand hold for your man, you simply want to pick the lady's right hand up, lift it up, and put it in position. Make sure that both elbows are down and that you're creating like a teepee between the hands. The other most important thing is that the dancing is to show the woman off, so make sure the hand doesn't go up in front of her face. Keep it underneath the chin level. Now let's tell you some no-nos. This dance hold came to us from a long time ago in the old cowboy days, and the guys used to hold beers and dance with their partner and hold a beer back here. This is actually going to be very difficult to do any advanced moves from. So we'd like you to make sure you come back down in here into your dancer's hold. It'll be much more effective and you'll have much more control of your partner. Okay, let's talk about putting our partnership together and just exactly what that means. First, we need to break down just whose job is whose on the dance floor. When you get into your partnership hold, stand up. Ladies, stand up, get in your partner's arms. Ladies, we have an important job to do here. I want you to turn and face your partner and repeat after me. Honey, come on ladies, repeat after me. Honey, I give you full control of me on the dance floor only, okay? And what that means is us girls have to learn how to give resistance and allow the man to control us. Now you men also have to take an attitude on, and you need to step out there and take control of your partner when you take a hold of her. Now these little wimpy arms and being soft is not going to work. You need to step right out there, get those arms out, and take control of her, okay? In your resistance, we can practice some exercises. If you'll use 2 napkins from your home, place one up on the shoulder and one between the hands. Resistance actually means that you're allowing your partner to control your footwork. So when he takes a step, you need to take a step. And it has nothing to do with actual power or lack of power. It's being able to follow what the man is asking of you. So what you need to do with these little napkins is place them up there, treat them like a very expensive feather. And you don't want to wrinkle them, and you don't want to let them fall down. So place one on the shoulder, one in the hand, and just practice your basic 2-step. Slow, slow, quick, quick, going both directions. Turn around and go backwards. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. And then look at the napkins and see if there's any wrinkles on it and make sure they didn't fall to the floor. That should give you a good feel of what resistance is all about. Now we're going to actually go into a series of moves that you've already learned in the previous tapes and tie in all these little technique things that we've just showed you. The move we're going to use right now is the underarm turn. The first thing we want to cover is timing. Now on the second slow step, you men have to give the girl a prep. And all this is an indication of what's yet to come. So you don't want to actually force any motion. You take your first slow forward, then your second slow, and you simply raise the left hand. Notice that it does not start going over the head, it doesn't start turning her, it just goes straight up from the elbow, which you could actually say is out. Just a raise up from the elbow. That preps the girl for the turn. Now when you actually lead her through the spin, you need to understand that this arm controls the girl's feet. So when you're leading the girl in any move, you have to understand where you want her next step to go, not just that you want her to spin. So where do we want the next step to go? We want to make her pivot and go down line of dance. So that's where the hand goes. It extends straight out from the elbow. Now on the second quick, it'll actually clear her head and bring her the rest of the way around. Quick. Now you want to make her face you, and all you'll have to do is take your hand and put it back into place, and she's attached to that, and it puts you back into your closed position. Okay, let's try that one more time. Remember, guys, you're going to prep on the second slow step. Slow, slow, and all you did was extend directly up from the elbow. Don't go over her head. Don't start in that motion. On the first quick, where do you want her foot to go? You want it to turn and go down line of dance. So you just extend from the elbow with a straight arm, which sends her down the floor. Now you actually want to turn her, so the hand is going to clear her head, which will make her turn the other portion of her turn. And now you need to make her face you, so you just bring your hand back into position. She's attached to that hand, so it brought her body back around so that she's facing you now and you're back in your closed position. Ladies, if you're having trouble with your spins, you'll want to check your footwork. And this is where your 5-foot positions come into play. We're using the 4th foot position, then we're pivoting on the second beat of the second slow into a side step. There's your first quick. Then you pivot and step into your second quick. Again, the feet are apart, shoulder width, with your body weight evenly distributed. Then you pivot and step straight back into your slow steps. What you want to be careful not to do is get your feet crossed up as you go through your turn. You need to transfer your weight, pivot and then step, pivot and then step, pivot and then step backwards. Okay, let's work through the forward and backward turn and cover all the little details there. Men, remember on the second slow step, that's your prep step. So your first slow is forward. Second slow, you step in between the lady's feet. But that's not all. Your whole body has to turn, which turns the entire frame, which leads the girl also. So make sure that you're keeping in your partnership hold. If all you do is step in with the foot, we've ruined the frame and it leaves the girl off-centered. So you want to make the whole team move together as you go through that turn. Then the side step, which is your 2nd foot position on the quick. Now we need to pivot, so we're making nice clean footwork as you go into your backward step. Slow, slow, quick. On the backwards turn, it's very important for you men to remember that that's the line of dance, that way. And you need to keep the momentum moving that way. If you turn in place, the lady's not going to have anywhere to go, and she'll trip over your feet. So keep the flow of dance moving. Your first slow is back, and as you step back, make sure it's also out and back. Slow, pulling the partnership down the line of dance. Again, transferring the weight all the way onto that right foot so that we keep the frame together and that we're both moving at exactly the same time. Then the quick will be your side together, and then pivot again into your forward position. Again, maintaining your frame so that you're not leaving her behind you. As you go through that backwards turn, you men want to work on your right arm lead. That's the one that keeps the partnership together. You can get a good feel of it if you'll just reach up underneath with the right arm and practice walking in a circle and pulling her with you, keeping the bodies facing each other. Let's walk through one. Just walk in a circle. And you'll notice the control that it takes to keep your bodies facing each other. That's the same pressure that you're going to want to give her through the backwards turn. Let's do just that part one more time. Slow turn. Now you're going to pull her through with you all the way until she's in front of you so that we maintain our partnership. Let's do that one more time from the top. The first measure, slow, then turn on the second slow. Again, rotating through the hips, right on top of the foot, transferring the weight forward on that right foot. Ladies, the same thing for you. You need to transfer your weight all the way back into that left foot so that your whole body is turning with your partner. Then the quick, quick is your side together. Both parties now need to rotate and pivot so that we can step down into the line of dance on slow, slow, quick, quick. As we go through the backwards turn, ladies, you have to remember that your job is to keep your hips aligned with your partner. So don't try to walk around him, and most importantly, don't anticipate the turn and step on the outside of him. You want to follow through, straight forward, and step between his feet on the second slow. Slow, slow. We've turned our bodies again. We're still facing. Side step on the quick, quick, and a pivot into your line of dance. The next move we're going to work through is the promenade free spins that you learned in the volume 1 of the two-step tape. And we're going to cover, first of all, the timing. As you're going forward into your spins, you have to remember that there's 2 beats of music on a slow step. And if you'll count your step slow, and, you'll find that the pivots are going to come through on the and or the upbeat of the music. So ladies, when you're stepping forward out of your promenade free spin, it'll be slow, slow, and. You've made a quarter turn pivot and you have not stepped your first step down yet for your spin. All you've done is pivot on the and. So you go back again and you step slow, slow, and. You always pivot before you step. Then you place your first step of your spin sideways down the line of dance and you pivot. Place your second step down the floor, sideways, position number 2, and then you pivot. Place the third step down the line of dance, sideways, foot position number 2, and then you pivot and step straight backwards. Men, the same thing for you. Take your 2 slow steps forward, slow, slow, and on the and, you're going to do a quarter turn pivot. Then you'll place your first quick sideways, pivot again. Take your second quick sideways, pivot again. First slow sideways, and now just a small quarter turn pivot and step straight back in the line of dance. It's very important that your partner and you match up on these spins exactly the same. So you're also going to want to work with each other and make sure you match up through the shoulders, like this. As we go through the spin, we want to make sure that we're still square, totally to each other on the first part of the turn, and then totally back to back on the second part. So it's slow, slow, and quick, pivot, slow, pivot, slow. And that'll give you a real polished look on the dance floor. We'll do that for you one time faster. Make sure you spot off of each other and make sure you're both taking the same size steps down the floor. Ready? Slow, slow, pivot, quick, quick, slow, slow. And you finish at exactly the same time to give it that nice polished look. The next problem area in the promenade free spins comes in the leading and the following. It seems to be a little tricky right there. Because it's so similar to just the basic promenade, we want to show you the difference. In your basic promenade, the arms are pretty comfortable and relaxed. You just step forward and direct the girl with the arms straight forward and bend the elbow back to go into your side together. Change hands and extend the arm again to go backwards. So it's a pretty comfortable lead. There's a nice distance between your bodies. But now you need to learn how to lead the promenade free spins, and ladies, you need to learn how to follow it. As the men step forward on the second slow step, we'll go slow, slow. He's going to ask for resistance from your elbow, just simply by tightening up a little bit and applying pressure towards you. What you ladies have to remember as following is no matter whatever the man does, you need to give back to him. So if his arm tenses up, you tense up. So that as we go into this turn, the man just has to push the elbow off, which will roll us right into the spin. So the lead comes from the elbow. If you collapse your elbow like this, after he's asked for the resistance, if you collapse your elbow, he's not going to be able to turn you if you drop it away from him. You need to be able to push back just as he's pushing on you. Very similar to your resistance that we did in your basic step. Respond to him in whatever he asks for. So as you go through the turn on the second slow, as you men go through the turn, the elbow just comes back as your body goes through the turn, and it'll connect with the lady's elbow, sending her directly into the spin. So the arms will be a little closer together. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. For the reverse spin, the same thing will happen. We'll want to ask for the connection from the elbow. So as we go through the turn, again, you men will just push out from the elbow and get a connection between you and your partner to lead the free spin. So from slow, slow backwards, slow, slow from the elbow as your body turns, and we rotate right off of each other. The next part we want to work on is styling for the head. A lot of the women complain of getting dizzy as they first start spinning, and there's a little technique called spotting. And as you go through the turn, if you'll pick a spot right in front of you to look at every time, you'll pivot and keep your head there. Immediately take your head back to that spot, keep it there, and then follow through straight backwards in the line of dance. Make sure your head isn't turned looking at your partner, because that could make you fall off balance. You want to keep everything in line. The same thing is true for the men as they're going through their spins. You can spot also, picking a spot directly ahead of you and always looking there, and then immediately taking your head back to that point, like this. Slow, slow, look and turn, keep it there, all the way around, and then straight back. Another important part is after you spin together, after you've completed, let's go ahead and walk through it. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. It's real important to make sure your head lines up with your body at the end of the turn. A common problem is partners will turn and look for each other to make sure that they were there. And it creates a bad line and a bad look with your bodies that twists you up. So make sure you complete it with your head directly in line. The same thing out of the reverse spin. You want to finish with your head going straight forward down line of dance. From slow, slow, look and turn, turn, slow, and straight forward, not turning here to look at your partner and make sure she's there. You men did a good job of leading her. You have her hand. You know she's there. You don't have to look for her, okay? The next move that we're going to work through is the continuous turns. That seems to be tricky in about 3 areas: footwork, the frame, and the head, getting the shoulder around. Just to refresh your memory, the continuous turn looks like this. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. It's just where you and your partner are turning around each other. Let's work through the timing on your footwork first. Remember that there's 2 beats of music on a slow step. So men, as you lead into the turn, the first measure is very similar to the forward and backward turn. Slow, slow, and the quick, quick will be an overturned quick, quick, not a side step and not all the way around, right in between on an angle. Now all the weight is on the right foot. You need to pivot and step out on your first slow. That's the first beat of the first slow. Now you've got to pivot on the upbeat of the first slow, then plant your second slow, then pivot again into your angle of the quick, quick, and repeat. So again, if you'll use the words slow and quick, quick, the ands will be your pivot, like this. Slow, slow, and quick, quick. Pivot slow, and quick, quick, and slow, and quick, quick, which will help you get around much easier. Ladies, the same thing for you. Going backwards, slow, and quick, quick. Slow, and quick, quick. Slow, and quick, quick. So your pivots will come through on the upbeats also, or the second beat of each slow step. The next problem we run into in the continuous turns is maintaining the frame between the 2 partners. And the way you do that is through the right arm again, just like we worked on the forward and backward turn. The men have to be able to bring the lady around them while maintaining keeping our hips and shoulders intact with each other. So the lead will come from the right arm, bringing the lady around you like this. Slow, slow, quick, quick, pull her around, quick, quick, pull her around, quick, quick, pull her around. And you can practice with just one arm and work through that lead and feel the tension that you need to give her there. Another little trick that'll help you get through the continuous turns easier, you ladies are going to love this one. There seems to be a little trick that if your head will look there, your body will follow. So ladies, when you get up on the floor to practice this with your men, take your hand and push his face to the side. And if he always looks right, his body will accommodate him much better and turn right easier, like this. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick. Now, of course, you're not going to want to dance like that when you go out to the club. It's just a good practice tool. The whip has several intricate little places that need a little bit of help that we're going to work you through. Let's refresh your memory on what the whip is first. From the slow, slow backwards out of promenade position, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. So it's just alternating underarm turns. Let's go through the footwork first and remember your timing. 1 beat of music on a quick, 2 beats of music on a slow, and your pivoting is going to be on the and. So men, your footwork when you're bringing the ladies underneath your arm is going directly across line of dance at an angle, quick, quick. On the first slow, you're going to want to turn your hips and step straight down line of dance. When you do that, it brings your arm straight down line of dance, which brings your lady straight down line of dance. Now you're going to drop the arm and rotate and step straight backwards, which makes the lady do her pivot and end up straight backwards. So let's do just that section together. You bring her across on the quick, 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 quick. As you step straight down line of dance, make sure your arm directs the woman straight down line of dance. And then as we both pivot together, you want the lady to pivot at exactly the same time. So drop the arm and step back, following through with the arms. Now we're both lined up. Make sure your heads are in line. Okay, men, let's spend some time getting some real good precision arm work going for your lead in the whip. From your backwards position on the slow, 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 slow. When you pivot, you need to make the girl pivot. So you want to bring back the elbow with your body so everything moves in sync together on the and. On the quick, quick, we're both going to cross line of dance. In the whip, when the men go under, the elbow points down and the fingers point up. You're going to point 2 fingers up, and this will allow flexibility for the woman's hand to rotate around your fingers. So let's just do that far one more time. We've got a 2-finger hold. The ladies cup their hand around those 2 fingers. As you bring the arm back and up, the hand is rotated around the fingers. So we've gone from over the top of the man's hand to in front of the fingers here. Okay, let's walk through that from the slow, slow. Slow, slow, and quick, quick. Now the next trick part here is when you men go under your arm, all you need to do is lift your arm straight up from your elbow and walk directly under your hand. Slow, and bring the arm back down. The trick about dancing is knowing when you want to lead you and when you want to lead your partner. So right here, this is your turn, so there's no need to tug on her or pull on her hand. You just simply want to lift the arm directly up from the elbow and walk under it and bring it back down. Now you need to learn how to lead the woman by pulling back from the elbow. So let's give you that shot there. After the men go under on the quick, 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 he walks underneath, slow. Now he's going to turn the arm down and pull back on the elbow as he pivots, which makes the girl come around and face him. When you're ready to lead the woman into her turn, the elbow tilts up and the fingers point down. Again, a 2-finger hold is still in process. You draw her directly towards your right shoulder or past your right shoulder on the quick, quick, and then direct her over the head on the first slow and down and back. Now when it comes to doing double spins in the whip, when you're leading the women through double spins, now we're going to work through that extension of the arm where you straighten out from the elbow and bend. So let's just show you what we're talking about. The whip with the double spin. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. Women, remember your footwork is almost identical as you did in the basic whip when you're doing the spin. The direction's the same. Your quick, quick crosses line of dance on an angle, and your first slow steps straight up line of dance in your basic whip. Now when you do your double spin, you still want to cross line of dance on the quick, quick. So you pivot and cross line of dance with a side step, pivot and cross line of dance on your second quick, pivot and step straight down line of dance on your first slow step. So make sure you keep all your lines straight. The only thing that's changing is the quick, quick, and you're just pivoting through. So with the weight on the left foot, you pivot, quick, crossing the floor, pivot, quick, crossing the floor, pivot, slow, straight into the line of dance, and then pivot and step straight backwards. Okay, let's work through the lead now on that and the follow of the double spin in the whip, just that section. Men, remember again, you're just controlling the woman's feet. So you want to think about that when you're ready to lead the hand. Most men think of a spin and they go directly to the head to get the hand over the head, and that's not where you want it to go. You want to direct her feet, and your first step wants to make her go across line of dance, so that's where the hand goes. Now you make her rotate one more time by bringing the arm over and around, making her place the second step. Now you still want to use the exact same lead you did in the basic whip by making her step straight down line of dance and then rotate into your backward step. Ladies, remember the spotting technique we taught you in the promenade free spin? Well, you want to use that when you do your whip with double spins also. As you go through the turn, remember that line of dance is straight down ahead of you, so pick your spot ahead of you down line of dance, and we'll show you what it looks like right now. Ready? And quick, quick, slow, slow. Let's also work out the men's footwork for your double spin. When you men go across line of dance on your spin, remember that your quick, quick is taking the exact same place as it did when you did a single turn, which is quick, quick, crossing the floor. You still need to accomplish exactly that even though you're spinning. So from your slow, slow backwards, slow, slow, it'll be pivot, quick, pivot, quick. Now where's your first slow step go? It goes straight out, pivot, straight out underneath the arm, pivot, and square up to your partner. So it'll look like this. From the slow, slow backwards, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, pivot, slow. So that you have a nice, clean look. Men, you'll want to remember your spotting technique also as you're going through the turn. Your first three steps are taking you across line of dance. So that's where you're going to want to look. From your slow, slow backwards, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. So men, this will give you a nice, clean, polished look as well. The final move that we're going to work through is double cross turns. Just to refresh your memory, it goes slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. Remember that one? Men, your footwork has only one little tricky spot in it, and it's after you've turned around and gotten into your backwards line of dance. If you'll remember your 2 beats on the slow step, slow, slow. This is where you're ready to go underneath your arms. You need to pivot on that second beat of the second slow to align your body to go straight across line of dance. So you're on top of your feet and heading with your whole body down the floor at an angle. So again, we're going to take it from your slow, slow backwards. You've raised the hands up, slow, slow, and quick, quick. Okay, so it looks like this. Slow, slow, pivot, quick, quick. So now both parties are facing forward on the quick, quick. The other tricky part you have is to make sure that the arms come up, over, and down on the quick, quick. So let's walk through that. So you've got to pivot and the arms at the same time. Slow, slow, pivot, quick, quick. So all you've done is lift the arms up, over, and down. Again, remember you're leading yourself right here, not the woman, so there's no need to pull on her arms. You just want to lift up from the elbow and bring them down as you walk under. One more time. It's slow, prep, quick, quick. Now when you begin to bring the woman around you on the slow, slow, you just want to think of guiding her across to your right hip. Remember, both of us are stepping forward, so there's no need to tug on her. We're still moving in a progression down the floor. So if you'll just use your elbows, walk her out in front of you on the first slow, which will be extending the arms, and then bring your arms in close to your body on the second slow, it'll put her right in front of you. And then you can go ahead and lead your double spin. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Let's add some polished touches to that spin also so you can see the arm work there. After you've brought the woman around, slow, prep, quick, quick, slow, slow. Remember that you're leading her feet here. You don't go directly over her head. That'll make her fall over backwards. Remember, you're placing her feet. So where do you want her to step next? Down line of dance. So the arms go down line of dance. Now they're going to come over her head and make her turn one more time. Now the arms will split apart for the first slow and let her walk underneath on the second slow. Let's walk through that one more time. Slow, prep, quick, quick. Draw her around, slow, slow. Now watch the arm lead here, leading every single step. Quick, quick, split the arms, slow, pivot, slow, so that we both move at exactly the same time. I want to thank you for joining us here on the two-step technique tape. All of the things that we covered, if you'll use them in every single move and you look at your different body positions, it should help you work out those too.
My soul chase me out of San Antonio with a heart of gold. They turn to stone. Blue Texas skies drifting in the twilight. Like my soul, it always knows it's bringing on another lonely night.
As you can see, Mary and her students love to dance, and just as importantly, love to dance well. The fact that you purchased this video indicates that you too are a serious student of dance. For information on personal instruction, group workshops, or additional instructional videos, please call 1-800-847-1275 or write Country and Western Dancing USA at Post Office Box 2624, Battle Creek, Michigan, 49016.
Like my soul, it always knows it's bringing on another lonely night. Some girls never understand and they paid me back in kind. Others got that cheating heart, never seemed to mind.